Women and men of the 515, I hope this Howzit finds you doing well and that you enjoyed a happy and productive Veterans Day. You should know that Chief Smith and I are super excited about our upcoming opportunity to do Facebook Live events next week. So if you haven't heard about them yet, we're going to do 3 of them that are going to be focused on a military type of audience, although anybody's free to dial in and listen in, but we're going to focus on those military topics, and those are staggered so we can hit each shift across the different time zones. As well as we're then going to follow it up with 2 that are going to be focused more on the family type of topics. But same deal. Anybody's free to dial into any and all of them. And those 2 on the family topics are split up so that we can hit both the East Pac and West Pac time zones. So with that said, we're looking for topics that you want discussed during them or questions you might have so that we can be prepared to answer those right off the bat for you in our opening comments. Your leadership is right now collecting those if you have them. Also, you should see a link for anonymous feedback as well, and that's always a great way to provide information to Chief and I on things that you'd like us to discuss or take a look at or whatever the case may be. Couple of topics for you today that hopefully might generate some conversation in your 3 to 5 minute discussions with your supervisors, as well as just conversations between your coworkers and peers and friends. The first one I want to talk to you about is sexual assault and sexual harassment. I think with this, I'm just going to kind of refresh a little bit of where we stand and kind of not even refresh, but just revisit some of my expectations, and maybe that'll generate some conversation for you. So I think everyone probably already knows this, but I have zero tolerance for any behavior that contributes to or supports sexual assault, to include sexual harassment. And I'm going to hold you accountable for it, both the offenders of it as well as the supervisors and commanders that allow that environment to take place are going to be held accountable as well. And also, I think everyone kind of understands that we are always going to have an environment where we care for victims. Along with that, we should have a climate where you know it is my expectation that you're going to step up and act if you hear or see something. Along with that as well, I expect you to show respect to each other at all times, because those are the types of people that we are and the types of airmen we are. I'm looking for you to eliminate any inklings of intimidation for retribution of any kind, and just know that I will not tolerate such behavior, as well as I'm looking for you to lead by example. I mean, it does not matter if you come from an environment where it's okay to, call somebody sweetie or honey or babe or whatever the case may be. That's not the determining factor. You don't get to call me sweetie unless I tell you you can call me sweetie. So just keep that in mind. Now, just so everybody knows, you can call me sweetie in certain environments. I'm not going to be offended by it. But that's my choice. I get to decide. And if at some point in the future I decide, nope, I'm not comfortable with you calling me sweetie, I can change too. That's all on me as well. So just keep that one in mind. And I'm looking for you to lead by example in this area and to enforce that within your work centers. Also know when you're outside of your work center, I'm looking for you to step up as well. This is a 24/7 thing for us as airmen within this organization. And I'm looking for that proper intervention when the circumstances dictates from you. As far as for our victims, you should always know that you have respect and support from a professional sexual assault response team members. You always have direct access to the SARC and a victim advocate. And that you can absolutely expect a timely and professional investigation on your concerns. And as far as offenders, you should also know 100% that you are innocent until proven guilty, that you are always available to counseling and any other base services during the time of an investigation. I mean, we owe that just as much to you as we do to a victim, as well as you can also expect from me accountability for your actions. The bottom line is this, folks. Each and every single one of you are a valued member of this organization, but more importantly, you're valued by me. I care for you, and you mean the world, so I really think that you deserve better than to live in an environment and to have to be around an environment that could lead to sexual violence. As such, I am looking for your assistance and help in ensuring that we don't have to live in an environment like that. All right, so next thing I want to talk with you a little bit about is COVID. So the biggest thing here is we've been working through COVID for quite a few months now, and I totally understand all the great progress we've made with that. However, we've consistently also seen that, particularly after large gatherings, that we're going to see spikes in COVID. So it would be very reasonable for us to consider that there be potentially some spikes following the Thanksgiving and Christmas breaks. As such, I'm asking each and every one of you, working with your leadership, to just kind of think through that a little bit. What are the risk mitigation measures that maybe we want to take the week following Thanksgiving and the weeks following the Christmas break, just knowing that we're probably at a higher risk of COVID just because of the types of gatherings that will generally occur during that time. The last one, talk with you a little bit about, as part of our efforts to continue to push information down to the lowest possible level and to get people greater access to mission essential information. So we're talking the actual information that allows for our missions to happen. We're rolling out with an initiative on Platform One and a program you're going to get familiar with called MatterMost. The cool thing about MatterMost is it allows you to share information, whether it be documents or text messages or pictures or whatever the case may be, that is of a FOU, that for official use only type of information, readily. It becomes super easy to share it. So you can log into MatterMost straight from a government computer if you like, and you'll be able to get access to that information. But also, you can log into MatterMost from your personal computer. You can log into MatterMost on an app from your personal cell phone if you desire. None of those are required. We'll always have access to the same government systems that you'd normally have access to get this information and to have this information available to you. But also now you have the additional capability, should you desire, to access it freely with you wherever you go. So kind of a cool thing that's out there. All right, well, hey, wrapping this one up, as always, please wear your mask, keep your social distance, wash your hands, but most importantly, just take care of each other. It is my absolute privilege to serve with each and every one of you. I want to see you again soon. And with that said, press.